Good morning, guys. I hope everybody's doing well, and I hope everybody's, kind of keeping up with things and trying to get questions answered as we can go. This video is for the week of March 30th through April 3rd, okay, for this week. And I just kind of want to give you some updates as far as what you need to do because there is changes in information as we have kind of progressed through this strange process, okay? So just as a heads up, the work that should be turned in by the end of this week will be Vocab 7, the Utopian Outline, and the Utopian Narrative. Okay, the narrative is a rough draft. I don't need a final draft, 500 words. Just you are creating a story around your utopian outline. The utopia that you chose to create, you are creating a story. Think of it as an epilogue or a prologue or a chapter 1 to a longer story. So you're creating this particular image with the utopian narrative. Okay, so those are due at the end of the week. All right, by Thursday or Friday. Now, a lot of you have emailed them to me. That's fantastic. If you've done that, don't worry about it. All right. But if you want to bring them in, all right, be sure you staple them all together, put my name on them, your name on them, and you can turn them in Thursday and Friday to the office, and I'll have them by next week. All right. Again, like my email said this morning, if you're sending me work, be sure it's all clearly labeled. Make sure your name is on it, your period, my name's on it. So that way I'm able, especially with the files that you send me, because obviously they're just kind of random names on them, you need to be sure to rename the file specifically with your name and the assignment on it. Okay, so be sure you do that. Now, this week, as far as work is concerned, because all the work I'm asking you to turn in at the end of this week, you should have had done the week before spring break anyway. All right, it all should have been completed. So, because it was all due that week. All right, but this week, the work you're going to be doing and focusing on is the utopian poster, the propaganda poster. Again, you can check my webpage. I'm updating the webpage constantly, so just kind of be aware of that. You can check for details on there if you have any questions. That's fantastic. So this week and next week are the utopian poster and the Socratic seminar. Please realize also that you should have had part 2 of Fahrenheit 451 read for the week before spring break. If you look at the reading schedule in that block on my webpage, you should have had those read. So be sure you're doing that, because these 2 weeks you need to have part 3, the end of the book, finished and completed by the end of next week, which is why your Socratic seminar questions are due at the end of next week. All right. So just kind of know that and keep that in mind. All right. Obviously, when this all started, these 2 particular assignments were created with the idea in mind that we were going to return relatively soon. Don't know if that's going to happen. I can't tell you one way or the other when we are going to be back, but just kind of keep in mind that you are preparing these for a presentation. All right. Obviously, a Socratic seminar is a presentation. The utopian poster, you need to kind of think of it in terms you are going to be sharing this with the class, even if you are or aren't. All right. So just kind of know that as you progress with these 2 assignments. And again, be sure you have the novel read by the end of within these next 2 weeks. Okay. One thing that's coming up. People are not reading the directions. You're not looking at the web page. People are not reading the directions thoroughly and carefully. Please be sure that you read the directions to everything before you get started with the work. I know a lot of you look at the title of the assignment, then you look at the amount of pages that are in the packet, and you go, oh, this is too much work. And you're not necessarily reading the directions through. So be sure you do that first and foremost. Okay. If you can't get a hold of me during my office hours, ask someone else, see what they have to say. If you still can't figure it out after that point, then the 2 of you or the 3 of you come talk to me, because that means everybody has the same questions and the directions aren't clear. Okay. And obviously when it comes to reading directions, that should be your first priority, especially when doing it from home, because you don't have me in front of the room telling you exactly what you need to do. So you need to be sure that you read the directions. I will be setting up Zoom meetings. I emailed you this morning and a couple of you volunteered, and it was fantastic, and I appreciate that. Again, I'm still going to be a little bit shaky on how it all works and getting all of you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to set up Zoom meetings starting next week. So I'll do maybe period 1 on a Tuesday, period 2 on a Wednesday, so on and so forth. I will be having meetings, so I'll be doing it during my office hours. So please remember what my office hours are. They are on the webpage. And again, pay close attention to the webpage because that's updated. When I get information and when things change, I change the webpage. Okay. So I'm going to try to set those up. So if you don't have Zoom, try to get access to Zoom and we'll work through that. Also, after we're done with Fahrenheit 451 over the next 2 weeks here, okay, this week and next, we will be starting in the Pearson text. So you need to find that. I know we haven't used it that much, and I apologize for that, but we'll be working out of volume 2, unit 5. So you need to be sure to find your text here over the next week and a half. If need be, you can come into the library to see if they have extra copies in the library, and I will be posting the PDF on my webpage. However, if you're working from the PDF, that may mean you have to print some things out. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind, and that's a lot of pages, and I don't want you to have to print things out. If you have your book, you're in perfect shape starting on the 14th. So and again, that will be updated more as we move through. Okay, the calendar, if you look on the webpage, the daily calendar, I've changed that up a little bit. That is updated through the 17th. So you will see the work that you're responsible for when it comes to Shakespeare during that week. All right. Let's see. That should be it. Okay. Please, guys, take care of yourselves. Regulate what you're doing on a daily basis. Set aside some time each day, whether that be for reading or for the work, whatever it might be. I don't want you to overstress yourselves, but we do have some things we need to get taken care of. All right. If you have any questions, guys, please email me. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have, but please be specific with your questions. Don't say, Mr. Swafford, I don't understand anything that's going on. That doesn't help me, and I can't repeat information that's already posted on the webpage because I'm going to say the same thing that I posted. So please be specific with your questions. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. Don't stress. We'll get through this. We'll get it taken care of. No worries. Okay, if you have any questions, you can email me, and you guys take care of yourselves.